Hi Phil, good to see you today. Just want to go over a couple of points that we discussed during today's session. Really, there was three things during your setup position that we changed, and also a little bit later on we had a look at that left elbow. Well, first off, looking at the video on the left-hand side, the target that we're aiming for is that green flag. And just to highlight, the first thing was the body alignment that we looked at. So if you're aiming at the green flag, we want you to be parallel to that target line. You can see there from the red line, your body position, your feet, and your shoulders are aiming far too much to the right. So you're actually in a close position to your target. So now you're actually having to manipulate your swing to get the ball to go towards your target. So ideally we discussed, we want you a little bit squarer towards that target, so a little bit more towards that yellow line there. So your body is going to be aiming a little bit left of your target with the club face square, allowing you a little bit more easily to swing the club past your body and get the ball started more on your target without having to make too many manipulations of that swing. So that was the first thing we discussed. The second thing that we had a look at was that grip on your left hand. As we have a quick look there, we got you to, it was on a little bit of a weak position. You could see probably 1.5, just about 2 knuckles on that left hand. So we got you to turn that hand a little bit round to the right, to get a bit more on top of the shaft. So we could definitely see 2.5 knuckles, and also that V pointed somewhere between your left ear, your right ear, and your right shoulder. Again, what that's going to do, make stronger grip. It's just going to help the squaring up of the club face through the itching area. Next bit we sort of talked about towards the end. You did catch the mat fraction just bore the ball on some of your shots, so we just suggested that you moved your ball position back in the stance ever so slightly, just putting it 1 inch or so back, so it's more towards the centre of your setup, or towards the centre of your stance rather than a little bit too far forward. Again, that's just going to promote more of a descending blow and a position where you're going to hit the golf ball first and take the divots afterwards, not try and hit the golf ball on the ground together. Okay, well the main part of the swing that we discussed was actually relating to that left elbow during the swing. So as we said, you take the golf club back nicely on the inside, get yourself into a good position at the top. And as you're coming back into the golf ball, everything looks pretty fine, club's coming from the inside. And then it's from this position onwards that your left elbow, you've got good rotation there with your forearm, but then your left elbow starts to pull backwards and then become a little bit disconnected from your body and flies upwards and away from your body. What that does, that pulls the club back on the inside. Like you say, when you've been experiencing the shots where you've got good rotation, so you actually close the club face down, that pulling action is making the ball start left of your target, and then the rotation's making the ball draw to the left as well. Again, when you've been experiencing with your drive, if you don't quite get that same rotation, leave the club face slightly open to that movement on the inside, adds the slide spin, and off to the right your ball goes. So we had a quick look at that with a drill that we did with a basket on the inside. Just change video. So we put the basket there on the inside of your follow through there, and we ask you to swing the golf club. On the downswing, we've got you to hit the golf ball and then swing the club around that basket. Okay, you see there the ball starting off more towards your target rather than being pulled over to the left. The rotation of your club face then adds because it's closed in relation to your swing path, adds the draw spin to bring it back to your target. And also because we're trying to swing it around the basket, the club stays on more of a natural arc around the body, or more of a natural arc of the golf swing, rather than being pulled back on the inside too quickly by that left elbow. A little bit later on we can actually see that the left elbow still does pop out, so it needs a little bit more work, but just because the swing passes on a more of a natural curve around the body, we're actually able to keep more control over that golf ball. Again, a little bit more work though with the left elbow. We have a quick look at what Luke Donald's doing. Again, there's he take his swing, coming nicely from the inside, but then as he's coming through impact, again his ball, his club face works naturally on the inside. It isn't pulled too quickly on the inside. The ball starts right of his target, and then the rotation of his club face in relation to his swing path adds the draw spin to bring it back. But then again, as his right arm rotates over the top of his left elbow stays tucked in. And there you go. He's in a similar position to yourself there. But because his left elbow stays tucked in and tucked underneath, he's got full rotation of his forearms. His left elbow doesn't pop out at any point there. It's only as he's coming up to the finish of his swing that left elbow pops out. So we give you a couple of drills again. One with the basket there, just trying to swing the club around that basket, but again trying to allow your forearms to rotate and keep your left elbow tucked in a little bit more. It will just make that swing path a little bit more natural and more on that curvature. So if you've got any problems with that, just give me a call. On the other hand, I look forward to seeing you again in a couple of weeks, and good luck with it.